Hey guys, in this video we will be going through the price action concept of qualifying a trade through weighing its pros against its cons. So you should already know by now that price action is not some holy grail method. We gauge the quality of a trade, and if the pros outweigh the cons and we have an edge, we take the trade. Now, the concept of price action is trying to find structure in an imperfect market. So let's get right into it. Here's the pound Aussie. So you notice price come up, hit, and then change directions, making this a level of resistance. Now, as price comes up again, you notice this long wick candle with a bearish body and think to yourself, this could be a great short trade. Now, this is where we qualify a trade to weigh its pros against its cons. Starting with the pros. We have one decent long wick candle, rejecting resistance, and that's about it. Now, what do we have as cons or things working against us? We have this massive candle approaching this level of resistance, showing the heavy bullish presence. But also the bigger issue is that you would be trading right into this level of support here. Notice all the rejections. What this means is you are trading into a level where price could potentially bounce from. Again, we always want probability on our side. And as you can see, price came down, then bounced up, came down again, before finally breaking right through upwards. Look at how the cons outweigh the pros in the situation. So moving forward, as price moves up, we notice this level here to the left. So we draw it in. So as a reminder, when price comes up to these levels, we had no idea whether it would bounce or not. We waited for price action to present itself. You wait for the market to show its hand. Again, we want to weigh the pros against the cons. What we have as pros is that the candles are shrinking as they approach this level. We have a big candle followed by a smaller candle and then an even smaller red candle where the wick is also rejecting resistance. We then also had multiple candles rejecting this level. And as you can see, look at all the wicks sticking out. Once we saw this, then this pair became of interest to us. So let's jump to the daily time frame to show you what we saw. So after knowing what the weekly was showing us, here on the daily time frame, once this base broke, that is when we started looking for trade entries short. We then had this great pullback to reject this broken bottom with this long wick candle. And this is where we took our trade entry. Even though there was this momentum candle here, we know where the pressure was coming from because of the weekly bearish price action. Look at how the pros outweigh the cons. So let's go back to the weekly and move to the next one. As price comes down here to this level, there is clearly no entry, as there's no price action and nothing that shows us that there's even something possible at this area. Now, as price comes down to this next level, we again weigh the pros against the cons. What we don't like is this massive momentum candle as it approaches this level of support. But now look at the pros we have on our side. We have a long wick candle, followed by an even better, longer wick candle, both rejecting this level of support, and also rejecting the 50 EMA. Look at how the pros outweigh the cons. Once we had confirmation on the daily time frame, we started looking for entries long. So here we are this week. As you can see, last week we had this long wick candle rejecting resistance. So if you remember from one of our lessons, we talked about always looking at where price is coming from. What we did not like about going short on this pair is the fact that a lot of traders just entered fresh long positions right here. meaning there was a lot of buyers entering the market, and they might not all close at this level of resistance. So then we went down to the 4 hour, and here on the 4 hour, we noticed this head and shoulders pattern, which is bearish, the break of the head and shoulders neckline, which is bearish, and then we were waiting for a pullback to reject this 50 EMA and the neckline. So again, keep in mind what we said earlier about where price is coming from. We know that there was previously heavy buying pressure that entered the market. And this here could potentially just be profit taking and not an actual reversal. So we were very cautious in finding a good entry. What we saw next, we did not really like. We saw a momentum candle and then another momentum candle. What we were looking for was a long wick candle or multiple long wick candles rejecting this level, but we didn't get that. That's why we stayed out instead of jumping the gun short. Remember that trading is a waiting game and you want probability on your side. Taking more trades does not mean more profit, as if you take more losses, those will eat away at your winners. So we still have this pair on our radar going into next week, but we want to see heavy, bearish presence entering the market. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.